G'day guys, my name's Nick and welcome to my channel LowRangeNick, where I do videos about four-wheel driving, accessory fitting and maintenance for your four-wheel drive vehicle. In today's video I'm going to go through a full 1 year review of my Suzuki Jimny. So it's been 1 year and about 11,000 kilometers of travel that I've had in the Jimny, and now it's time for me to give you my honest opinion on owning the Jimny for a year. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the issues that I've had with the Suzuki Jimny in the first year of ownership. Now if you're watching and you followed along with my channel for a little bit of time and you've seen me build up the Isuzu MUX, so I purchased the MUX in 2018 and I had quite a lot of issues repaired under warranty thankfully with that vehicle. Now in my mind when I was thinking about purchasing a new four-wheel drive, I did think about the Jimny because of its simplicity with its petrol engine. You know, no turbocharger, no supercharger, no DPF, none of those sort of things to go wrong. And also I got a Jimny with a manual transmission. So no automatic transmission to worry about flaring or getting hot in the sand and four-wheel driving and that sort of things. So when I purchased this vehicle, I did have reliability in mind. And thankfully, I made a smart decision because the Jimny has been completely trouble-free in the first year and it has been phenomenal. So if you've been following along with the Suzuki Jimny build that I have on my channel, you'll know the sort of modifications that I've done to this vehicle in the first year. If you haven't been following along, I urge you guys to go check out the build, because in the build series I show you guys pretty much all of the steps necessary to build your vehicle up. So I'll show you exactly how to DIY all of these modifications. So I've kept the build reasonably simple so far. So I've done a 2-inch Ironman lift kit, which has made the vehicle drive so much better. So it's just given the vehicle that little bit more shock absorption when you're off-road and on-road, and also stiffen the suspension up just a little bit. So I did go with the lowest rated springs, so it wasn't too stiff, but it's definitely stiffened it up enough to stop that body roll that the Suzuki Jimnys are known for. So after I fitted the lift kit to the vehicle, I fitted some new rims and tyres. So these are the King Off-Road 15x7-inch wheels, and these have a 0 offset, I believe. I think it's 0. So it's pretty much just in line with the guards. The sidewall sticks out slightly. The tyres are under the guards, which is good because it's not throwing rocks down the side of the car. So I think the offset's pretty good. I wouldn't want to go out any further. And the tyres I chose were the Maxxis Razor ATs, and these tyres have been phenomenal. So awesome off-road, awesome on-road, nice and quiet, nice and grippy in the wet. I think these tyres are a great choice if you're looking at that sort of all-terrain or more aggressive all-terrain tyre. As we were talking about before, I've got the Ironman lift kit under here with the Ironman shocks, and they've been performing great. So it's really improved how the vehicle handles. So I also fitted a pair of Rhino Rack roof rails. So these have been great for getting some of those light, big items out of the vehicle and up onto the roof. So mainly I'll just use it for the max tracks and potentially down the track for an awning. And now on the front of the vehicle, I've gone and fitted the Jimny XL grille. So I think this really suits my vehicle and the sort of look that I'm going for. So I'm pretty stoked with how it looks. Now in the back of the vehicle, I've just got one of these cargo mats because I usually just keep both the seats down. And this cargo mat's been great for protecting the top of those seats there whenever I put things into the back. I've also removed all the plastic clips in the back here and put these little ring fittings. So these just screw into the bolt holes in the back here, and they're awesome for tying things down. So whenever I go camping, I can tie the fridge down or my battery pack and that sort of thing. So that's been really handy as well. Now moving into the back into the little storage box, I usually keep a couple of bits and pieces in here all the time. So I've got my personal location beacon for when I'm going hiking and out four-wheel driving and that sort of thing. Tyre repair kit, a couple of tie downs, and I've also got my Oricom lithium jump starter. Now while I'm back here, I just want to give you guys a quick look at this lithium jump starter. So I do carry one of these in both of my vehicles, and I do think it's a necessary thing for any four-wheel drive owner or anyone that likes traveling, you know, into remote areas and that sort of thing. Because this could basically start your vehicle if your battery is completely dead. So all you do is connect this to the positive terminal, this to the negative, turn it on, and it can jump start your vehicle if you have a flat battery. So you don't need to rely on anyone, you know, you can be quite remote and use this to save the day. So it's such a small little compact unit. It's got USB inputs as well for charging your phone, little light, a couple of other little inputs. So it's a really handy device, and I always carry one in both of my cars for those moments that the battery may be drained down. So if you would like a 15% discount on any of Oricom's gear, I will drop my discount code down below in the comments and description so you guys can save a bit of cash. Now in the vehicle, I've just got these 3D rubber mats. So I've got these in the front and the back, and these have been really good for catching all the dirt and the grime. I like them because they go up under the pedals, so it catches all the dirt up under there as well. So everything inside the vehicle is still pretty standard, so I haven't done too many modifications inside the car. So I haven't even got seat covers yet, or any of the little trays and bits and pieces you can get for the Jimneys. So if you got any recommendations for must-haves on the interior of the Jimny, let me know below. So if you have been following along with the build on the Jimny on my YouTube channel, you'll know that I fitted a slimline snorkel to this panel, and I have since removed the snorkel. So I was having a couple of issues with fitment and also vibrations and rattles, which were quite annoying. So it sort of made the car really annoying to drive. So I ended up taking the snorkel back off and sending it back. So the slimline snorkel that I fitted basically is a panel replacement. So it replaces this panel, and it doesn't actually secure it anywhere else except for a couple little bolts down here. So what that means is it resonates the vibration from the engine through the metal snorkel pipe and then up through the snorkel, and it was rattling on the panels and rattling down here, hitting on the bonnet, and also the intake pipe I couldn't really get on the right angle. It was just vibrating and rattling around as well. So a whole bunch of issues that was very frustrating. So I spent a lot of time tinkering with the angle of it and the angle of the intake pipe and all that sort of thing. But in the end, I just got really frustrated with it and took it off the vehicle. So I'm not too sure what snorkel I am going to fit to the vehicle. Now, if you have any ideas, or if you have a snorkel fitted to your Suzuki Jimny and you're really happy with it, please let me know down in the comments what you recommend. Alrighty guys, so now I've talked you through some of the modifications and the things I've changed on the Jimny. Now I'm going to tell you guys my honest opinion on how it has been owning a Jimny for the last year. So I am very lucky to have another full drive. I will begin with that, because most of the trips that I take with my family are in my other four-wheel drive. So my other four-wheel drive is in a Suzuki MUX, so it's a bigger wagon, so there's heaps of space. It's got all the stuff on it I need to go away with my family. Now the reason I purchased the Jimny was to do some more solo trips, some more things by myself. So the Jimny is definitely not suited to a family, and I say that because we have all been in this car. So we've had two baby seats in the back, Lisa and I in the car. So I think when the MUX had the differential pressure sensor fail on it, we had the vehicle into the dealer for a couple of days, and we were all traveling around in the Jimny. Now there is definitely not enough room for a family. So once you get the baby seats in, you know, the cables or the tie downs over the back basically cover up the luggage compartment in the back. So you really haven't got too much room. So my honest opinion of owning the Jimny is that it suits absolutely a single person, or a person that wants to do some small trips away. And the other thing I want to talk about is the comfort of the Jimny on long journeys. So I've done quite a few longer trips in the Jimny. So, you know, a couple of day trips into more remote areas, you know, camping and that sort of thing. And also, you know, lots of round town trips and lots of trips down to the Sunshine Coast, so you know, like within an hour sort of travel time, and on the highway and that sort of thing. So what I will say about the Jimny travelling is it is perfect for travelling around town. So the Jimny is absolutely made for travelling around town. You know, it's easy to park, it's compact, it's really fun to drive around town. So when you start getting over 80 k's an hour in the Jimny, on those more rural roads that are quite bumpy and washed out by trucks and that sort of thing, and you start getting up to 100, 110, it is pretty difficult to hold on to be honest. Like, it actually gets a bit tiring holding on to the steering wheel and keeping the thing on the road. So it is definitely something to get used to, but I would say I struggle to drive the Jimny on those country, more rural roads, you know, over 100, 110 k's an hour, that sort of thing, for long periods of time. Now, I've obviously upgraded the suspension and the tyres and that sort of thing, and it does improve it slightly, but it's definitely not, you know, a complete fix for the issue. It's just how it is because it's a short wheelbase car, you know, live axles, that sort of thing. So of course, if you guys have a different opinion, just let me know down in the comments below, or if you've found anything that sort of improves the handling, let me know down in the comments. I'll be keen to hear what you have to say. So I guess the real question is, am I gonna sell the Jimny after a year or hang on to it? Now, if you know me, you would know that I don't make decisions lightly, and I put a lot of thought into purchasing this vehicle. And owning Suzuki's previously, so I have owned 2 Jimnys previously, a Sierra and an LJ81. I've owned a lot of Suzukis, so I knew what to expect. And in my words, this is definitely the best Suzuki Jimny that they've ever made. So despite all the tiny little issues or, you know, quirky things with this vehicle, if you love them, you absolutely love them. And I'm one of those people that is a true Suzuki Jimny fan, and I love these things, no matter how funky they drive on rough roads. You know, I love them how they are. There's nothing else like them on the market. You know, short wheelbase, live axle coil sprung, nothing like them. So there you go guys, that's my 1 year review of the Suzuki Jimny. Now it's been an awesome year of ownership. I've been super stoked to drive this little beast around and modify it up. Now I do have some really cool little mods coming up that I'm going to be fitting to the Jimny, so if you'd like to see those videos, please hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. So if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more four-wheel driving, accessory fitting and maintenance videos. Cheers guys.